Generic greetings and welcome back once again to Prison Architect. Today's beverage is something a bit different, that is a very chilled tomato juice. So welcome back to the game, and in the previous episode we were building the protective custody and death row island expansion part type thing on the northeast, or top right if you prefer, and that includes the execution room, the death row appeal, parole room, all of the cells, and yeah, we'll be finishing that off in this episode. Building wise, I don't know how much we will use of it, but let's see. So I think the main focus is going to be on getting an inmate over here, so I need to build the canteen. So the canteen is not very large, and there's loads of civilian commerce. Look at that, it's flying up. Is that going to be from bakery? It appears so. We have lots of people wanting cake. Yeah, there you go. And they're just bringing all of the stuff over. So they take basically the serving tray and drugs. They're shouting about drugs. And they take the cake over to there. So we're making lots of money from civilian commerce. It's actually really good. That's probably why we got over 200,000 generic units of currency. Right, over to canteen. And let's get this sorted. So we need a swerving table. And, I mean, do I want to just put it in the middle? Yeah, why not? There's no problem. Table-wise, we're going to go with table, and then we'll go with a bench. And that's more than what we need, but that's how we're going about this. So I'm going to put in a row of phone booths, like so. And then we're going to go with, is it calling booths? Yes, so calling booths, like so. And this is, it's sort of a bit academic. Like, we don't need to put in a lot of the stuff we're putting in because we've already catered for that here, but it's just a case of sort of finishing it off, really. Put a couple of punching bags in because we can. We're not going to run any programs over here, which is definitely going to affect the reform. I actually didn't check what grading these cells were. I'm going to go with 9. 6. Well, not good enough. No windows. Okay. Office desks. Can't even fit one in because of the position of things. Radio. We could put a radio in. Often I don't put a radio in because with the vents turned on, which we haven't got events turned on for this build, but if we did have events turned on, the prisoners can be riled up by the superstar DJ that often is shouting. Right, well, let's go with a chair. That's going to increase the grading. And I'll do something similar over here. Like that. And windows. We've got classy windows. Do I want a classy window? I mean, I might do. Am I just being a bit silly with that one? I prefer. You know what? We don't put them in. Let's give ourselves a bit of slack. Let's put it in. Why not? Classy windows in front of the bed, and I guess we can do something similar here. But if I was to use a large window, classy, and I'm not going to put large windows, classy windows on these ones because these are death row, and it's, well, there's some old death row and curtains. It just doesn't seem to marry up. Anyway, let's see about getting the canteen done, seeing food actually being delivered, and then moving over. That's the plan. So we got a visitor helicopter, civilian customers 17, and I was going to say I'm going to have to manually get rid, but it sent it automatically. That's fine. That's okay. We can see Supermax has actually gone up to, we can get 10, and still also 1 legendary prisoner. Staff programs, guard tasers finished, we'll stop that. We're going to have to run death row appeal. We'll start that. I'll just set up 2. Does it cost any money? Doesn't. I'll just run it. I'll actually... Ooh, that's a question. So I'm going to go ahead and get micromanagement. I'm going to go with offshore tax haven to make more money. and legal prep, because apparently I like spending money. Forestry, labour and farming, don't need that. Permanent punishments and small cells, don't need that either. Orderlies, it's curious actually. So we've seen in previous escape videos, as well as laterally from when we did Criminally Insane, that we could get orderlies in prisons that don't actually have any criminally insane inmates, and they can be pretty useful. Whether or not I'm going to is sort of up for debate. I don't think I will. There's the video calling booze coming in, which is handy. And the canteen, which is also there as well. And there's Jake patrolling away. Let's just double check intelligence and security. Vulnerable. We do have Felix Donnelly. So, medium security, no. Protective custody. And that'll fix our, I was going to say it'll fix our overpopulation problem, but it's already been solved, so don't have to worry about that one. So yes, we're going to have an inmate come over here, which will be handy. There was a ding-a-ling noise there. What was that? That'll have been micromanagement, yes. So now I can go to edit schedule and... Okay, this is going to look... this is going to be interesting, isn't it? Parole death row. Parole death row. I thought it said death row appeal. Okay, well it says it's working, so I'm not going to worry about it. I will, now that I can anyway, start more paroles, because a lot of it now is in this new area. It's been set here. Okay, just double checking. There's no, we don't have the other guy over there. So the problem we have is that basically all this is set correctly, apart from that bit, but we need to change up the way we handle the middle. So we don't need to set the middle to be... There's multiple ways we could do it. We don't need to set this to have anything other than... oh, that's max sec. That's bad. That's going to kick everybody out the cells. Hang on. Let me just undo that error. There we are. Okay, now it's fine. I was going to say everyone's just going to be... Well, I can't sleep here now. Yeah, I mean, we could set this to medium. It's just a way to get the criminally insane inmate over here, which they will be doing shortly. Look at that, no access. Is that because of how I've placed that? Don't like that. Don't like to see stuff like that. So I will go to flooring and the sand. Actually, landscape and sand, and that'll fix that issue. There we go. Job done. All right, so like I say, the inmate's going to move over here. One thing I've just thought of actually is that we don't have any solitary. Okay, that is potentially a problem. So let's go with walls. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If I need more than that for a 12 capacity, I'm doing something completely wrong. There's a lot of that going around, actually. Anyway, let's see about putting in this. That should do. And... Hey! Oh, there's Donnelly. Looks like we've got Stephen Headland, who has murdered the parole officer. Okay. Attack staff, murder, found weapons. I don't think they're going to pass their next appeals process. Yeah, they've just had 25 years added to their sentence, even though they only had, well, 29. So they only had a year and a half left, and because of them kicking off, they've now got, well, another 25 added on top. But that's a decision they regret making. And I've got a lot of time to think about it now. Order rooms and solitary. And we'll have to put it in manually because the walls aren't in. Deployment is set correctly until the doors go on. It should automatically get sorted. How are we doing for intake? Still death row unavailable. don't know if we'll ever even use death row. It was just a point of, you know, doing it really. Let's go with the utilities, wiring, connections, and the the phone tap, which I have not actually connected up any of these all series. How lapse of me. Alright, and then these ones as well. Can you just click and drag? Definitely not. Yeah. Yeah, Houston can confirm it doesn't work, and the video boos are now in, so that's fine. I'm going to go with some flooring now because I think it's worthy of our attention. And what am I going to put in for a start on the outside? I am going to put in. I did say I was going to try and avoid the line tiles, but well. Be rude not to put in at least some amount of them. I'm doing this just for walk speed. And there we go, that's now in. So for the cells, what do we want to go with? I'm thinking carpet. I genuinely am thinking carpet. I want to have death row. I want to sort of marry up. So there's no real like colour match for yellow and black, is there? I mean, reclaimed rubber. Reclaimed rubber might look. Well, it'll have a look, that's for sure. And the green might work, or maybe laminate. Go with laminate. And I'm gonna have to put some door servos on that, aren't I? I'm gonna have to put door servo because of the door I've used, because it's not a jail door. It's not automatically opening up. So I'm gonna have to put some door servos in. Bit of a waste, but it'll be fine. And I'm gonna shake down the entire facility because we haven't done it in quite some time. A number of episodes, in fact. So over 1,000 places to search. It's gonna take quite a while to do that, but that's all right. Our reform is still at 25%, so it's dropped back a little bit from to 27 or something. So it's alright. Don't mind that laminate. It's fine. Just fine. There's the reclaimed rubber. I mean, it seems a bit off to use it in this environment. Is that a tunnel? It is a tunnel. It got 3 tiles. I'm noticing a booze ingredient. Curious as to where that came from. Got last 24 hours. It is scanning around there. Oh, stolen from the bakery. Okay. Yeah, there you go, look. Booze ingredient. Alright. Is booze ingredient smelly? It should be. Narcotics produce narcotics smelly. It is. Right. We can pretty much solve that by doing this. There we go. And the dog handles will hopefully sniff that out. Good. Right. So, flooring is going in. Execution, parole, all of that. We need to sort that out. I'm going to go with limestone. In fact, I'm tempted to go with limestone on the entire thing. Definitely do that. Whether or not we do the canteen differently, I'm not sure. It's going to look very cold with limestone, isn't it? I mean, is that a deliberate thing? Yeah, it's going to be deliberate. Let's run it. Limestone. The middle pieces I might change up. These are going to be limestone as well. Apart from when we did the autosave there. Canteen and common room. I think we will change to... We'll get a bit of contrast. I think marble. So much flooring. I mean, a lot of concrete, a lot of limestone, a lot of stone and laminate and all these materials that Even though we don't have weather and temperature on, I'm feeling cold. Let's have a quick look at intake. Oh, death row. We got one. So we'll have one inmate. Yeah, show on the top left. One death row. Come in, but a moment. Concrete, still waiting for. We do have our temporary permanent deliveries in place. Oh, death. Overdose again, is it? Yes. Jack Cooper. Formerly a member of a classified special force known as Classified. Well, that's pretty classified. And they're called Ghost. Is that like a modern warfare reference? Let me know in the comments. Oh dear, it says a lot of our prisoners have drug problems. Yeah, it appears to be quite a thing with this facility. Reform is about the same. Still check our intelligence and security menu. I'm going to go over to vulnerable. Just one person. Donnie. Go to informants. And there's a couple of traits there. Stoker, extremely deadly, fearless. Potential CI there. Gareth Smith. Pick that up. And we don't often activate them. In fact, I think we've only done it once in the entire season, if any. Need to figure out that guy's credentials. So I think tonight we will activate one of the confidential informants, which we can see we've got John Clegg and Tom Griffin, who have 100% coverage. They know everything. They know everything. Just going to check Donnie out here. Now they're being well fed. Everything's fine with them. There's no real issues there. Money's a bit of a problem. It's dropped from 200,000 to 84,000, so obviously nightmare. Yeah. Workers cracking on with the rest of the flooring. Can't remember the last time I've used these tiles. I like the variation in them. They give it a bit something. There's some prisoner reform reward as well. Release prisoners. We're on a total of minus 3,000. Suboptimal. Alright, intelligence. Informants. John Clegg. Activate. So what happens now, if you're not aware, is... Let's see if we can find them. John Clegg. So, go at normal speed, because the camera couldn't even keep up at that speed. So what happens is, the inmate is brought to a security room. So in this particular case, it'll be here. And basically they sing like a bird. And based on their coverage, we can find out certain traits. And, yep, there you go. That is Donnie as a snitch. Which we knew about, because when we went in the security menu, it said that they were vulnerable. So it's either snitch or ex-law enforcement. Yeah. Anything else we need in the common room? Need? No. Want? We could put computers in. Proves the common room's grade. Literature, comfort. And we've got most of that anyway. Arcade cabinets? Yeah, why not? Mainly because they're noisy. I thought I'd set a patrol in here. Have I not? I have. Just no doggos assigned to it. We probably need some more doggos. Wow, look at the amount of doggos resting. Loads. Over to staff, dog handler. Just going to go to 30. A couple more guards as well. And sadly, they always get the rough end of the bargain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 staff. Workers that are now no longer employed. Gonna have to do something with solitary here as well. Let's use cargo floor. Because we've used enough stone in the build already over here. Alright, we've got patrols going. I could get an armed guard and have them around here. I don't think we need one. Because we do still have an armory on site. It's not great. It was just done for grant purposes. There's that often broke helicopter. Just going to dismiss these. When in doubt, dismiss them. If deliveries and the exports are backing up, then you know something's wrong, really. Let's remove that deliveries there. Don't think we need that now. Okay, good. People working in the bakery and in the restaurant, which is good. Logistics, prison labour. Oh, I reckon probably get some more working. It's filling up. Chief's calling. Our first death row prisoners arrived. Dan Bailey. Dan Bailey, age 55, prisoner number 11989017, sentenced to 103 years for multiple crimes, including murder, armed robbery, and torture. They have a wife, a son, and 3 daughters. They have pleaded guilty to 3 counts of murder and 1 of torture and armed robbery. Yet, in spite of that, likelihood of clemency is 36%. They don't have any traits that we can see. And we'll see what happens. By the way, if their sentence goes from death row to something else, I'm just going to put them in protective custody. I'm not going to put them into Gen Pop. Oh, there's that cell again. Always. I don't know what it is about this cell, the second one from the end. It always seems that people are trying to escape from it. At least that's my perception. Yeah. Alright. Did I order that flooring? I was going to say I did, yes. Yeah, just waiting for it. Could be I think there's just a backup of helicopters, which is what's going on here. Loads of license plates to go as well. It'll take a bit of time. Oh, there we go. There's the cargo floor. That's got some nice variations in it because sometimes it's just plain, and other times you've got these sort of checkered pattern in the yellow, and it's sort of random how you get it. There it is. There they are. Mr. Dan Bailey having a little wander around in their cell, which the flooring does look weird. I'm not going to redo it, but it just looks a bit weird. It just looks like there's a carpet that's been put down, but it's never been vacuumed in its entire life. Alright, we've just earned a bit of money from releasing prisoners early, which is always good. So if we check out our reform, it's gone up to 26%. Don't know how the addition of death row and protective custody is going to alter this one, but we're going to leave it there for now. That's been a bit of prison architect. We have finished off the death row and I couldn't say criminally insane. Death row and the confidential informant. No, protective custody. Got there in the end. Area, so that's good. Next episode, we will basically go on to management. And that means seeing if Bailey is going to go for, obviously, they've got the death row appeals process, whether or not they pass that. Keeping an eye out on the facility to see if there's anyone that's vulnerable to sort of move them over. All of that sort of thing. It doesn't appear to be any particular issue, but we'll just have to, like I say, manage it and monitor and see how we get on. But as always, hope you have enjoyed the video, and as always, comments in the comments. Thanks very much for watching. Take care, and generic partings.